Welcome to the Bad Movie Night podcast, covering the worst movies you've never seen. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Bad Movie Night podcast. My name is Chris, and tonight we are talking about the 2021 action movie, Disturbing Guy Pearce.
Don't make me shoot your partner.
You're running out of time! 3!
Matt, stand down.
2! 1!
You enjoy killing innocent people?
I forgot I made that trailer clip so
Why'd you
dark
make it like
couldn't
that?
even, because it was an accident. I'm a little rusty. We took a week off, but we're back. We're all rejuvenated. Everybody's back. High energy. We're all excited to be here, right?
Yeah.
That's the spirit. That's what I want to hear. Aaron's over there fucking surfing the internet, not even paying attention to the goddamn show.
I got sucked down in
Can you blame him?
candling.
Oh yeah.
No, Rebecca, we moved on from the candles. For God's
Free
sake.
show content there.
I would call it like Canal or something. That's pretty good because that sounds high end.
That is good.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
Like
sounds
Chanel,
like a
but-
thriller.
Canal number 9.
Canal. Yeah, exactly. But that's all pre-show material.
Yeah.
You don't give away the milk without selling the farms.
Or the
whatever.
wax.
The wax. You don't give away the wax without milking the.
You could break off into a line of like
whole
floor
ball of
cleaning
wax.
products and everything, Chris.
I have a bunch of things. We have a bunch of things to say. Okay.
no time.
I'm a
Are
little
we
rusty.
airing grievances?
This is my airing of grievances. No, we have a bunch of
It's a
things.
new section of the pod, right?
A bunch of exciting announcements. Okay, I think we determined when the next movie watch along will be is the 29th. I think is what we said, or maybe
Trick or
not.
treat
night.
Wait,
It might not be that night. Okay,
Yeah,
we
that's trick or
haven't
treat.
we haven't determined then. We're in the, or maybe it's the week before that. It might be the week before.
22nd.
Okay, I don't know. Okay, never mind. Forget I said any of
24th,
that.
I
Okay, we haven't determined that.
TBD.
TBD in the next movie watch along, but that's a Patreon exclusive anyways. But exciting news on November 13th. That's November 13th. There's a little bit of an early announcement, but I'm going to keep mentioning it until the time. That is the 5-year Bad Movie Night anniversary all-day live stream event.
Oh, shit.
Live stream all day.
We're going to have
Until we fall asleep.
so much stuff
You
that
think
is
we're gonna
already
make it
being
that far?
prepared. No, we'll probably burn out. It's better to burn out than to fade away, like Kurt Cobain said. Have burn out than let your clothes fade away, which is why my wife doesn't dry any of our clothes. She just hangs them up right from the washing machine because they'll fade. Like, it's fucking weird, right?
Did they start to smell?
She's like looking behind you. Just behind me. Isn't she?
I think I'm
The
but anyway.
camera just shifts up.
Anyways, so November 13th, all day live stream event. We're going to have a bonus podcast that day. We're going to have a Bad Movie Night show. We're going to have a Tubi Tuesday. Ian and I recorded a bunch of videos. AJ and I recorded a bunch of videos. We're having the exclusive premiere of our new short film, Fun Time with Borfy. That'll be that night. I think the Cannibal Video Boys are going to come over and show one of their movies as well. All day. It's going to be a great thing. Also,
cool.
that week, we are launch.
Are we
oh.
going to watch the Caribbean?
Oh, I will have to be very drunk for us to do that.
I mean, if everybody's showing one of their movies. I forget what it's called, but I know it's Caribbean
The
in the title.
Caribbean heist.
There you go.
Dude,
How do we
that
get
might be
rights
good.
to play that?
Might be good.
I have a copy of it, so I can send.
Definitely watching that.
We don't have to if you don't want to. That's fine. But
Yeah, we
we'll
do.
talk about
We
it.
can do something.
All right. So there's going to be a bonus podcast that day. So it's all day. It's a Saturday, November 13th. But we're also going to be launching our crowdfunding campaign that week because of our feature film we're working on. And we'll be learning all about that as the time comes. So write it on your calendar. November 13th, you'll be there. Okay? It's going to be a great time. Everybody got it? Aaron's
Yeah, this is
writing it
gonna
right
be-
now. Look at this.
Not
guy.
even close.
Tell your friends.
November
Tell your friends.
13th,
Support the Bad Movie Night
BNN.
channel.
I'm sure I'll find
Now-
out the day after it happened.
Now, that being said, Spib demands that the podcast is shortened to a tight 20. So the all-day live stream event might be around 20 minutes. We'll see. I'm kidding. All right. We've bantered long enough.
Segments.
We need to get into it because we missed last week, but we're back this week.
Maybe
have a
we
lot
can
to
get the
cover.
PBS guys to come on in between the clips.
Ken Burns.
Like the people on the phone, the telephone.
Yeah,
photos around and
when
zooming
they're
out.
raising their money.
All right,
Just
Spiv.
do impersonations of these people.
Spiv, if you're there on that day, because I don't know you, because you don't ever. I don't even know if
post
you're
in the
real
Slacks.
anymore. Like, I don't know if you're a robot. But if you show up,
Yes.
I will get you your own camera angle with a telephone, and you can act like you're doing a telephone.
Oh my god.
Okay?
That'd be so cool.
That would
And
be
if you
a
don't
good
show up,
idea.
we're gonna do a Muppet version of you.
Oh,
Which sounds
that's
fun,
motivation
too.
to not show up.
All right. Okay. Enough fun.
Okay.
Serious stuff now. AJ, this was your pick. What is Disturbing the Peace about?
Jim is a small town marshal with a checkered past.
I used to do good movies.
But now
He shot
I
his partner back when he was a Texas Ranger.
just a flesh wound.
Jim hasn't picked up his gun since.
It's been 10
Will.
years since I've held this thing.
Will he have the courage to stand tall
I didn't remember it
against
was
the
this
outlaw
heavy.
bikers?
Well, stand tall.
Will Guy
that Devin
Pearce
Sawa?
ever recover his acting career? Find out these and many other questions in the 2020 small town epic, Disturbing the Peace.
Rated R for all the shots of Guy Pearce ass and dick.
Which are
True.
many, which I
True.
have in clip form, and we will examine in its full
I feel like I've
circumference or
forgotten
whatever.
a lot about
You're
this
paying,
movie,
you're
apparently.
paying for
Yeah,
it. You
what?
want it.
You're paying for the Pierce. You
Might
got
as
the
well
Pierce.
shout.
You got them in all different angles. All right, that was really good, AJ.
Thanks.
Yeah, Aaron, it's time for your history hole, which is a segment that we're probably cutting from now on. So I don't
You
know.
got 30 seconds. Go.
Based on feedback, we will see. So
Okay.
this may or may not be your last history hole. Is all I'm saying. So
Going way back to the year 2020.
do us proud. Here we go.
What happened that year, Aaron?
Oh, I'm trying to kick the bumper in.
Seems so long
Nothing
ago.
really.
We're giving
we
you
good?
time, Chris. Are you ready?
Do you have like a glass from a restaurant? Is that one of those like fucking pizza place glasses? What's that pizza
What?
place called?
No.
Pizza Town?
Pizza
What's that?
Hut?
Pizza Hut?
Me?
Pizza the
Why
Hut?
are you so judgmental,
Yeah.
Chris?
I'm not judgmental.
He's
I'm
in a mood
inquisitive. There's a
tonight.
difference.
Hey, asshole, why do you have such a shitty
Is
glass?
he wearing a robe too?
you talking about me or
I'm
Spill?
not.
What are you wearing? What is
Has
this
glasses
jacket
and
thing?
robe-like things on, so I don't know
What is
what's
going
happening.
on?
God.
I'm not
Glasses are more
judging.
colorful.
I'm so sorry that I was questioned. All right,
I'm not judging. I
I'm
just
just
call
doing
all
the
your
history.
stuff.
This is why
Chris,
the show's
roll the
so
bumper.
long.
For Aaron's history hole.
Had a budget of approximately $5 million.
Horse cave.
It was because I googled.
was. I Googled it too,
imaged. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the police station right there.
I feel
Yeah.
like
We'll get
Horse
it-
Cave
we'll
is
get
a name you really have to watch your pronunciation. Because otherwise
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
Horse
it's
Cave.
probably
In Kentucky,
different when you're
words
local,
aren't
right?
allowed to be more than 5 letters.
Well, there goes our Kentucky listeners.
I didn't know horses lived in
They don't
caves.
have internet in Kentucky, Rebecca.
If they rub the sticks together fast enough, they do.
What kind of candle does they use when exploring those caves, Chris? All right, so this film was released on January 2nd, 2020 in Kuwait. You know, of all the premier
That's a
locations
big
to release your,
Pierce fan.
your
There's a
films.
big Pierce fan base from Kuwait.
Apparently,
That's right,
yeah.
yeah.
They love Kentucky. Apparently, I don't know. So this was also then later released on January 17th in the United States. Some other films from January 2020 are The Grudge remake.
Which
I
Adrian and I
forgot
liked.
about that.
That was good.
I liked it.
I like that.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Was it?
I liked it. People
Surprise.
hated it. I liked it.
Yeah.
So rather film that Chris apparently hates but loves. We have Underwater.
I like that movie, but I fucking hate that movie.
Watch the whole clothing line of New Bras, man.
You think Guy Pearce is underwater on his mortgage, and that's why he's doing this film?
There's something going on.
I gotta get that
It's
money.
worth 13 mil, so I hope not.
Yeah, cool. We also have Bad Boys for Life.
Never saw it.
Either.
Me neither. And The Night House.
Oh, I want to watch that. I didn't watch that. That's a
seen
David
that yet.
Bruckner movie, right?
Yeah. And a movie based on a fable or
David Bruckner?
something, and in which we reverse the names. We have Gretel and Hansel.
I like it. I liked it.
Really?
Yeah, it was great.
Was it better than Hansel and Gretel?
Witch Hunters?
That
No,
movie
yeah, it was way
sweet.
more art house. I mean,
The
I don't know.
Japanese one's really good too.
Never saw the Japanese one.
No. Okay. So moving along, our director for this masterpiece was York Alec Shackleton.
That's a
Fire him.
I just picture like
Fire
a
him.
peanut with a monocle. Like what? Yes, I am York Alec Shackleton III.
Lord of Peanuts.
Butler, fetch me my Mercedes. All right, he's a former pro snowboarder, born in 1974 in Palm Springs, California. He popularized a move called the rodeo flip.
Oh.
I don't know
It's
what
all
it is. I don't
making
really
sense,
care.
guys. It's all making
Yes.
sense.
He has 10 director's credits, mostly documentaries, but he also made a film called Kush from 2007. It's a pothead movie. We have 211, which stars Nick Cage as a washed-up cop. And we have one in pre-production. That sounds amazing, Chris. The Engineer. It's Ex Machina meets The Revenant in tone about drone technology and robotics.
Directed by this
Only
guy?
Guy Pearce, isn't
Yes.
It's going to be fucking awful.
It's gonna be bad.
it? Is it filmed in Kentucky as well?
Does it have Eric Roberts in it?
Probably. Richard Grieco plays the AI. He
God.
does the voice of the drone.
How does a robot sound like it slurs? But it does. Oh, that's so weird.
Oh man! So our
Does not
writer,
compute.
does not compute. I fly only with alcohol. All right, and the writer is Chuck Hustmeyer, who's a retired federal agent. He was a SWAT team member and a former sniper. He has 4 writing credits for End of a Gun.
So he likes
starring
guns, is what you would say?
Steven Seagal.
He's big,
Oh,
man.
that makes
Big,
sense.
tall.
Yep. And House of the Rising Sun, which stars Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
The rising gun.
Spibs,
This frozen
He's
again.
ghosting again.
oh, Spibs melting away into.
Gotta upgrade that internet, man.
here.
It's
Put
because
some more internet juice in that thing.
it's because everything is white on the screen.
You can't even tell.
Can't
It can't
focus.
compress properly. It doesn't know what to compress. Like everything's just
Yeah.
It
purely
thinks the
compressed.
camera's just turned off. So
Yes. Save some pixels, save some packets. All right, our cinematographer was Curtis Peterson, who has 120 cinematographer credits and
Damn.
223 camera credits. This
Fire
dude
him.
has been on tons of Rambo movies like Rambo First Blood and Rambo
Really?
Last Blood.
Oh,
He
okay.
was
Whoa.
camera work
Omega.
for Tommy Boy, Bird on a Wire, just a million things.
Wow.
huh, that's
Way
interesting.
too talented for a film like this.
This
So he
is,
must
this
have
is
been doing
probably
somebody a
made
favor.
in like 5 days. And they're like, just
Yeah,
put the
easy
fucking
paycheck.
camera down and get Guy Pearce's dick.
Right.
God damn it.
Speaking of Guy Pearce, he obviously, he's been around for a long time. He currently has 6 things in pre and post production, but the newest one that's just wrapped up is called Back to the Outback, which, based on this movie, I'm assuming is just like a Subaru commercial. But I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Some movies to check out. So we're keeping this short. This week we have movies to check out, and I'm on the wrong goddamn screen. All right, we have Zone. We have is 414.
I already did a review on that.
I clicked on the wrong goddamn picture. So this is
cool.
from 2021. This is a new movie with Guy Pearce.
Cool.
Chris, you might actually like this.
I already did
Set
a
in the
review on
near
it.
future. What?
I already did a review on it.
Oh, well, fuck you. Well, we're going to do it anyways. Set in the near future, private detective David Carmichael is hired by Marlon Veidt, an eccentric businessman, to track down his missing daughter. David teams up with Jane, a highly advanced AI, to solve the mystery. Sounds like a bad Blade Runner ripoff.
It's a bad Blade Runner.
Original.
Okay. Moving along, we have Biotech Warrior from
Dude, I have that movie on
1996.
DVD. I had to special order that. I have that on DVD.
See?
Okay. This looks amazing.
I had to order from some GeoCities fucking website and didn't know if it was going to
That's cool.
A deadly cybernetic organism wreaking havoc on America with the intent of detonating a nuclear device in Washington, D.C.
Dude, maybe we could do that as the watch along.
Wouldn't it
That'd
be
be
like
cool.
wouldn't it be like a bio weapon, not a nuclear device?
You don't know
Or
much about
is it
science,
because
Aaron.
he's a
You
cyber-
fucking don't know. He's a bio.
All right, moving on. Speaking of stupid things, we have No Code of Conduct.
Mark
From
Dacascos.
1998.
Both
Charlie Sheen
things.
and Martin Sheen, too.
And Costco's. Wow.
Yep.
That's a crew
Yep.
there.
Look
Yeah,
at these
from-
fucking mustaches and
Look at this
things going on.
font. This font for this title is
What's
freaking
with the
terrible.
fourth guy down below everyone else who doesn't
Hollywood
have a
DVD.
name?
Who's
Yeah.
Mr. Goatee Man?
Yeah, what's the goatee?
I don't know.
Oh, let me make it. Let me enhance.
Is that Amelia?
Enhance.
Ah!
Oh my god. Oh, look at the mullets. Ooh, Charlie Sheen and Martin Sheen
It's gotta
on top
suck
of each
to
other is a
be-
little weird.
4 photos and your name's
And
not
you're
listed.
the name. Wah, wah,
He's
wah.
right.
He's bad. He's
18
mean.
plus. Did you see that, guys?
He's-
18 plus.
He shoots, to, kill.
How can you read that? I can't read that.
Only
on my
one
problem,
of the
he's
good-
one of the good guys.
Oh no.
So
Plot
it's a
twist.
surprise. Surprise.
Our hero.
Wow. All right. This is from 1998. A cop, his partner, and his father, I wonder who that could be, uncover a plot by city elders to smuggle drugs from Mexico into Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, I could see that.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is it for this week's History Hole.
Yeah, we could probably cut that section.
I think so. It would save me time.
Short and sweet.
Oh, God.
Okay. Thank you, Aaron. It is
You're
now
welcome.
time to move on to the rabbit hole. Here we go.
It's time for the rabbit hole. Grab your rope and your galoshes and prepare to dive deep into your host's wealth of knowledge with more connections than a LinkedIn recruiter or a Wikipedia editor on a 5-day meth bender. Here's your host, Lindsay Washburn.
Right. Here's our movie. Are you sharing the screen?
Not yet.
Okay. Let me know when you're
This
good.
thing- Bam.
Got it?
Yep.
All right. Here's our movie.
That's a cool cover.
It is. Guy Pearce looking all svelte. Big time
Yeah,
crime, small
that's-
town justice.
That's one of my. Yeah, we'll get into it. That's one of my things with this movie.
Directed by this guy who we kind of
Ugh.
talked about. This is him. I think this is one of the more recent pictures I could
He looks
find.
tired.
He looks very tired.
He just made this movie in 3 days.
Including editing.
After snowboarding.
Right? York Alec Shackleton, which is quite a mouthful. He directed, we kind of talked about this one, Cush. And the
He looked like he would
synopsis,
direct.
yes, very much so.
Is that
The-
Eric Roberts?
Yes. No, Brett Roberts.
Oh,
Brett Roberts, yeah. The synopsis for this movie is a group of young drug dealers make the mistake of their lives when they front a 10-pack of Kush to a risky crackhead. Burned out of 30 grand, they take matters into their own hands and scheme to kidnap the crackhead's teenage brother.
What the hell's a 10-pack?
I have no idea.
If you know, you know.
But this movie also stars this guy who
that's the
you
guy from Ghostbusters.
It's William Atherton,
Yeah.
who's
He has
the
no dick.
lovable dickhead from Ghostbusters and Die Hard, where he plays the news guy.
Yep.
Oh yeah, okay.
And this guy has a lot of acting credits, and there was a lot of shit to dig through with his filmography, but the one I came across kind of stuck out to me, and it was this.
Yeah,
You should watch
totally
that.
baked.
I would watch
Yeah,
that.
Totally Baked. A
Burning.
comedy about a burning bush. And I have to read you this synopsis. And just listen to what I say as you stare at this poster.
You can do that.
All right.
Meet Dave Bertman, a tightly wound 37-year-old father of one. Bertman's higher education begins when medical marijuana activists wielding loaded weapons interrupted a planned reunion barbecue with college debate chums. When his teenage daughter, Gina Marie, unexpectedly arrives with a joint found in her pocket, Bertman assumes the worst. Only after he faces his own hypocrisies can he have the open and honest discussion needed for father and daughter to understand each other and reconnect. Meanwhile, Bertman's fellow debaters shed their inhibitions and make their own self-discoveries. Tired of
Boy.
seeing her grassroots campaign, just hang in there.
Grassroots.
Tired of seeing her grassroots campaign sabotaged by corporations opposing legalization, pro-pot advocate Dr. Willa Peterson decides the kid gloves are coming off. By convincing the Fun Onion snack food empire their sales would skyrocket if marijuana was legal, Peterson enlists their corporate might to back her cause. It will take a radical marketing campaign to change the way America thinks about marijuana. And PR guru Arturo Goldman of the famous PR firm Goldman, Goldberg, Goldstein, and Goldman come up with one. If they can use terrorists to convince people out of smoking pot, then we can use homosexuality to scare them back into it. The romp that follows leaves paranoid Bible thumpers scrambling to get their kids high to inhibit perceived homosexual tendencies. Totally Baked takes a satirical look at marijuana stereotypes and mythologies using a compilation of man-on-the-street true documentary-style interviews, humorous insights by live stand-up comedians, and a series of interconnected vignettes spoofing both sides of the political debate over the legalization of marijuana.
No.
What?
That sounds beyond terrible.
What? How long is this thing? Like 18 hours?
I don't know. It just kept going and going and
unrated,
going
Aaron.
and going.
Did I hear Funyuns in there? I was literally having a stroke at one point.
And telling people that pot will stop your kid from being gay and just, yeah. I was...
Oh my.
This is how you change the world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my kid to be gay, but I don't want to legalize drugs. Oh, God!
I do.
So just evade the Capitol instead.
What about the frogs?
At least my ears don't have wax in them.
Yeah.
That's something.
Wow.
I've seen that cover in
Something.
the video store back in the day, but I never thought to rent it.
I still have no concept of what that movie's about after reading that
Everything.
extremely
Around the world.
detailed
Everything.
synopsis.
I kind of want some Funyuns now. Thanks a lot.
I think we're about done here, guys. I was done. What the fuck was that? All right. Well, I'm not really interested in that movie. I'll pass. But I am interested in talking about the Guy Pearce classic, Disturbing the Peace. So let's move on and do that. Thank you, Lindsay, for your rabbit hole. Hey everyone, this is Chris, and just reminding you in the still of tonight to go to patreon.com/badmoonnightshow and sign up. For $2 a month, you get access to the exclusive bonus podcast pre-show, as well as other bonuses. That's patreon.com/badmovienightshow. All right. Disturbing the Peace. AJ, this was your pick. What did you think?
I was disturbed, that's for sure.
This piece was disturbed.
Yeah, it was something. I was really pumped to get my Guy Pearce action going. You know, I should note that we've kind of started this before me and Chris did, and I thought it was going to be a legit Guy Pearce movie, like a legit action movie. And I was pumped because I've seen some of his legit action movies, even like his B-grade action. It's still pretty entertaining. So I was really just like shocked at the level. Shocked, but the level of
Shocked. He was shocked.
how low the bar was set on this to like yeah, it was just like it's kind of horrifying, honestly. So I thought, damn, you know, we gotta watch this for the pod.
Big fan.
Big fan.
Rebecca.
There wasn't a whole lot that happened, but a lot happened, so it was strange. I wondered how there were only like 15 people that lived in this town.
Good question. It is Kentucky.
Everything no wonder.
Devon Sawa made me sad. I have a lot of
Mm.
nostalgia for him.
What made you sad about Devon Sawa?
He
was a
looked so
dreamboat.
old,
No,
Yeah.
no
and
longer.
Look great.
He's no longer the.
He's no longer on the
man.
cover of Teen Beat.
He just
Yeah.
has bad skin because he doesn't. I don't think he wore sunscreen. Like I think
that
that's what
old?
it
Like
is.
it should be
I
on
don't-
Sons
I
of
think he's like
Anarchy.
mid-40s. I think he's in good shape.
Yeah, he's not that old.
I think it's just.
Yeah, he looked it though,
but you know why?
and maybe he was just beaten down by this movie, and
Like,
Well, the lighting was awful, natural, and they didn't put any makeup on anyone.
yeah,
Yeah, and then
they,
there's lots
they
to
didn't
talk
hire
about
anyone
that.
for makeup, so it was just all Devin.
They showed up. It was just the cameraman.
Every single fucking pore. You saw every pore. Lindsay, what'd you say?
High
Oh,
definition.
yeah.
sorry, Rebecca. No, you can continue.
Nope,
I didn't mean-
nope, I'm good.
All right, Rebecca or Lindsay. What? Okay.
I'm still on the fence. There was some stuff that, kept my interest, but I found myself getting bored because it was just kind of the same thing over and over again. And characters were making dumb decisions and everyone was just kind of hanging around.
Kentucky. Sorry.
And it was a dumb plan. And I still don't know really Diablo's motivations. Just fucking hated his town, I guess.
Diablo. That's
Yeah.
his name.
Diablo.
That's what his enemies call him.
The 12-year-old couldn't have written it better himself.
Pyro.
Diablo.
Shovelhead or whatever the hell the other one's name was.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Biv, what'd you think?
Yeah. Rebecca captured it when she said nothing happened, but a lot happened. It was like just action sequences strung together with no plot, no motivation for any of the characters. It was just boring.
Wow.
Boring.
That was boring.
Boring.
Shocked.
Boring.
Shocked.
Aaron, what'd you think?
So this is like a Western style movie, but they hired a British guy to play the lead, which makes no sense to me. It just doesn't make any sense. And Guy Pearce doesn't really do it. In one sense, it's kind of good that Guy Pearce doesn't really do anything amazing. He's
Walks
not
around,
like a super
Uses
tough.
his ass.
He's not like some super martial arts guy or anything. He's kind of a regular dude. He's a British dude in a Kentucky town for some reason, but he's a dude.
He's a U.S. Marshal.
I think really the
U.S. Marshal.
yeah, he walks a lot. I mean,
Walks a lot.
really,
They like that alley. Yeah.
I think my problem with this film is it's just like it just didn't need to be made. It doesn't do anything new. It doesn't do anything unique. It doesn't really do anything well.
What?
It's just like why are we making this? It's so generic.
Wow.
So and the ending is just a 10-mile-an-hour chase on a 100cc motorcycle. It's just
What do you want to see,
We will
right?
get into the
all I wanted was a ramp at the end of that, and there was no fucking ramp. So it took itself too seriously.
Yeah.
You've got all these like wrestler people and all these other
Yeah.
crazy people,
Wow.
and it's taking itself way too seriously.
I watched this movie 3 fucking times. 3 fucking times.
Why?
Why?
Is that
I
to
watched-
refresh yourself?
I watched almost like 3/4 of it to half of it with
my
AJ,
God.
and then I watched it for last week's podcast, and then I watched it again today to fucking remember what the fuck happened. And I fucking hate this movie. I wrote down, everyone is a caricature. This movie is awfully shot. Guy Pearce is sad, not because of his character, because of his life. And Kentucky fucking sucks.
Wow. This is going to be a
I'm
good
done.
one.
It's just some USA
You wanted a
TV
20-minute podcast.
quality fucking movie. Like this looks like
Yeah.
a USA movie.
Yeah, this is like Justified. Or
And they had a
whatever.
drone.
No, Justified looks way better than this. They
I never saw
They had a
Justified.
drone. That's
and they have
good.
actors.
Yeah.
They opened up
It was
just
it was
They
just
had a. Yeah.
it was very tropey. It's like, okay, we're gonna have this cop he had this traumatic thing, so he's not gonna carry a gun. And you're like, oh, he's gonna pick up a gun by the end of the fucking movie. And it's small town. He's got this sweetheart kind of thing that works at the local diner.
She's a
the
badass.
She's a
diner owner
badass.
slash
There's
priest.
so much to
that
talk about.
always wears a half shirt. And then
I would
he's-
always wear a
That's 'cause
half
she's
shirt
a
if I had
badass.
abs like that.
That's
We gotta talk
true. No,
about these
she's a
things.
badass. But then he's got his deputy, who's kind of a kind of deputy.
What?
Kentucky.
What?
Goofy.
Oh,
You're
man.
saying he should smoke some pot.
Yes.
Go away when I'm vacuuming.
And he's got a crush on the girl who works at the bank, and she's a plant. And so when the bad guys show up, she's like, "Yeah, let me take my blouse off to show who I really am."
Why are we complaining about this?
Oh, what a trick.
I hate wearing
Trickery.
shirts.
All of your complaints are the positives of this movie.
Yeah, I
I know.
understand. It all sounds very cool to me.
I want to watch this again now. Thanks.
Right?
movie
Oh,
literally
God.
is
Oh,
Guy
look at
Pearce's ass and dick as he's walking around the town.
Oh, and the mayor.
He
guy.
looks good. He looks good.
That is
That's why they're
okay.
using
Okay.
it.
Yeah. Oh, he looks good.
So I don't want to be a jerk. There's a reason why
be a
Guy
jerk.
Pearce was a very like you have to be very good looking to be that level of an actor at some point.
Yeah.
And when you're filming in Kentucky and you just have normal people in the crew,
Yeah.
they look like fucking like Mongoloids compared to like these like legit actors.
True. I don't think that's
It's like,
unique
what?
to Kentucky. I think that's just in
No,
general.
that's what I'm saying. It's not
Yeah.
unique. If you put me next to Guy Pearce, they'd be like, "Oh God, get it away." You know what I mean? Like he's like a beautiful looking man,
Yes.
and so it's just like you just don't fit here. Like,
Yeah, it's very true.
But what happened if you put Spiv beside him? I think they look a lot alike.
That's what
No,
people say.
Spiv is
I
a
don't see
stand-in,
it.
obviously.
I liked how they opened the movie with like a poorly lit chase in
It
the
was
dark with
so
the
dark.
camera.
It looks so bad, didn't it?
for
Yeah, and
was
then
so
it
bad
completely
they
threw
couldn't
me
decide
off
what
when
was
he
going
called him by his name. I was so glad when they explained what that meant because I'm like, wait, he called him Steve, but his name's Jim.
Yeah.
you
It
knew
was
people's
it was
names in this
weird.
movie. I didn't know a single person's name.
That opening scene was shot so poorly that I thought I was watching the wrong movie at first. It's like, there's no way this is disturbing the peace of Guy Pearce. Like, what am I watching? I must have switched it by mistake.
Oh, I thought it was actually a lot better than I was expecting.
If he can,
yeah.
if he can shoot him straight in the head like that after he drops the partner, why didn't he do it
Yeah.
before?
Just
Yeah.
shoot him in the head.
Dude, under pressure, I want to see you. But the bigger question I have is why did we wait 10 years for the partner to die? Just to show that he's like a
Aaron,
shadow of
He's
himself.
moved on.
He never got to touch his wife or kids again.
So I touched his wife. Hopefully not the kids though.
I'll fill in
Oh,
for
man.
you, Steve.
Give him an X. Give
story.
yourself an X.
The story
It's
is
not
about-
X material, is it?
Yes.
X material.
Yeah, that's
That's definitely an X.
Fine.
the whole story is just a story about Guy Pearce and getting the relationship with his gun back. That's the
Yeah.
story.
yeah.
That's
And
it.
his
It's
gun.
Guy Pearce in a relationship with his gun.
Which he gets
is
And
why
it's not even
love
the
this thing.
same gun. It's not the same gun. I'm like, you're
the
sitting there
gun that he had was
fingering
like
this
an-
revolver
I'm
and
not
you
shooting
use a 9
blanks anymore.
millimeter. What are you doing?
Look.
Different gun.
Yes.
Wow, it is a different
Yes.
gun. Holy
It's
shit.
a revolver. Right there, look at
But
that
the gun
thing.
they found is much cooler.
That's his official Texas Ranger gun.
Oh God.
U.S. Marshal.
Speaking of,
That's the one he got
he's
from
a
Wyatt
U.S.
Earp.
Marshal. He's not like the town sheriff. What's he doing in this?
No, he's a
movie?
sheriff.
He's the
now.
sheriff,
Yeah.
but for some reason he's got U.S. Marshal.
They must like
thing.
they use the marshals to fill in. They don't have enough.
Yeah.
They don't have their own police force.
Yeah.
It's like what they do in
Jurisdiction.
Pennsylvania. It's like the state police take over if there's not enough local.
We
The
don't
state
have
police, yeah, but not the federal police.
We don't have a local police where I am.
Yeah,
Down
you just have
down in
states.
down,
Is it
down
just
the
county that does it?
It's
down
the
in the next
states.
county next to us. That's like literally half a mile away. They do, but if we call the cops, I have to get the state to come. It takes like 40
Oh
minutes.
wow, that's
That's
crazy.
how a lot of places are.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, but Guy Pearce
That's
shows up.
pretty crazy.
So I'm like,
Yep.
oh, okay, it's worth it.
I'm
And I
calling
can't
the cops
believe
all
this.
the time.
This tiny little town has such a sophisticated vault in their bank.
You mean the
another
tablet that
question.
was
It's a
connected
time
to the
Yes.
wall?
That's pretty normal stuff.
So, but that being said,
Whenever I go in a bank, the vault's always open.
yeah.
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
how
'cause
are they going
people
to
have
get
to be
money
able
out
to
of
go
it
in
during
there and get
business
their
hours?
Right.
Safe deposit.
Right.
box.
Well, it
Okay,
depends on the vault, right?
so I think these are all legitimate locations. Like when we see Guy Pearce
they're
walking
real.
there, like I
Well,
think
he's in
this
Horse Cave, yeah.
this is Horse Cave, and I'm pretty sure this is the police station. So you
Yeah.
see this, okay? Look at this, and now I did a Google map of it. Look
Yeah.
at it.
There it is.
There it is.
That's it.
It's Guy Pierce's truck right there.
There's Guy Pearce.
Oh, there's Guy Pearce.
And
and his new
there's the
career.
church. The church is right around the corner.
Why is Guy Pearce in a cardboard box in the alleyway? What's that? So, yeah, I don't know.
There's-
These are all
there's so much to
legitimate
talk about
locations.
this.
No, there's nothing to talk about.
There's so much to talk about. You're just so mad. You watch this fucking thing 3 times for some reason.
Okay, well, the thing. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay,
What
so
is
it
their
opens.
plan?
Okay,
Maybe
it
we should
opens
talk
with Guy
about that.
Pearce,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he is so bad at shooting guns that he shoots his partner. Okay,
Yes.
He's not
Then-
that bad. Come on now.
He was under stress.
Dude, did you?
he
He's
was-
like,
And the signal was he was supposed to drop.
Yeah.
Like that's like what he says, right? That's the police move. You're
So,
supposed to drop.
okay.
I like how it's got kickback before he fires because he's like,
yeah.
It's like,
but
What are you
this is
doing?
the thing. From the viewer's perspective, you're like, okay, he shot his partner in the past. Now he's going to work. But think of it in the context of the movie where he goes to work 10 years after he killed his partner. And that's the day that he lays out this entire story to his new partner guy. Well, 10 years ago, I shot my partner. Like, why the fuck are you telling me this? It's a fucking Tuesday, Guy Pearce. Like, don't lay this on me right now. Like,
Convenience
why?
of the story, Chris.
It's all
partner brought it up.
convenience. His partner didn't bring it up.
I mean, this
What'd he say,
writing
Smith?
is some.
Did he
hot
bring
he
it up?
said,
I don't
he
know.
said, yeah, because
Yeah,
he's
he's
like,
like,
oh,
who's-
so and so
who's
called
Joe
me.
Smith?
Was at the you were at the bar last night and you were all in your feels.
How
I
dare
just
you?
think like this is
Stand down,
written by
Matt.
a specific type of guy who likes a specific type of action
Yeah.
with a specific type
He
of
likes standing
intelligence.
tall.
And it comes through so well in the
Yeah.
script.
All the women are like the same. Like they're interchangeable. The way they cast these people. She
Yeah.
works at the MILF Cafe. Like it's the MILF Cafe.
Well, this is the
And
thing.
she's
They're
a
scantily
preacher.
clad, right?
Yeah.
But they're scantily clad, but they're not like scantily clad from like a conservative perspective, right? They're just like
No.
scantily clad enough, right? This is the whole
Yeah.
genius of this whole thing. I
Right.
don't find anyone watching this, right? They're just
Wouldn't use the
it's
genius with
respectable.
this movie.
And she's the preacher's daughter.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
It's
now
the
she's
country
a
of a
preacher.
respectable
preacher.
Mm-hmm.
hotness
All right.
that they're going for.
I wrote down Devon Sawa needs to wear sunscreen and moisturize. So we already touched on that, but I'm still sticking with that.
Yeah, I'm shocked that the biggest shocking things of this movie is no one has makeup and there's no lighting whatsoever. There's
No
literally
lighting
scenes where the camera's blowing out because the light's so bright behind them.
Mm-hmm.
It's absurd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think
it's
they
awful.
both just showed up, like Devon Sawa and
Well,
Guy Pearce showed up, and they're just like, "What the fuck's going on?"
So
They're like, oh, we're doing this.
I think Devon Sawa is actually pretty good in this movie. Like I
Yeah,
think
he
he's
is.
trying, and I think he
Yeah.
lands his character and his lines. I feel like Guy Pearce maybe had like 30 lines, and that was like a stipulation for being in this movie. Like I'm not learning
That
a bunch
could
of
be.
lines.
Maybe he was only there for like 3 days and they had
Yeah,
to shoot
so, like-
everything.
well, I read
Oh,
Devon
I think
Sawa
the
did the
whole
movie because he
production was
found out
3
he'd get to
days.
work with Guy Pearce.
Really? He's a producer on it too.
That was like a plus. He's like, "I get to work with Guy Pearce. Of course, I'm gonna do this."
My favorite scene is when Guy Pearce is hiding behind trash.
Yes.
Oh yeah, just like trash on the street.
And
Keep going to that corner, yeah.
Okay, he's the sheriff. After their first tussle, there's the sniper guy in the bed of the truck. He gets a gun from someone and throws it in the trash,
Yeah.
and then lets him
Yeah.
kill people, and then does this stupid bomb
Yeah.
booby trap thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And he's
MacGyver's that.
just spooking around the town while
Yeah,
Devon
the whole
Sawa
movie.
is killing people. I'm
The
like,
whole
what are
movie.
you
Yeah.
doing? Pick up.
He
You
needs
had
to
a
find the
gun.
courage to get his gun
Because they
back.
weren't
Yeah,
they
he
weren't
couldn't.
there.
He's
at
on the
same
journey.
day.
His arc isn't completed yet.
Lindsay, his love for the gun hasn't returned yet. He must find the inner strength to execute a man
Yes.
when he's supposed to be a police officer.
Yes, once he finds that inner strength, he gets his gun back.
That is the like you're talking about like this like perspective on this movie, but the whole end.
Yeah.
And I know I'm jumping the gun here, jumping the gun.
No, that's good.
But the end, like Devon Sawa is completely incapacitated,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
fucking
It's
Guy Pearce
shocking.
just executes this.
executes
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
know. I was
That
like,
was messed
what
up.
the fuck?
Okay, I'll play the scene. The only thing missing is like the flag like falling behind him. Slow-mo or
Dude.
something.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This whole movie is just about him and his gun. Like
Yeah.
that's so dark though. He kills him when he gives up.
Yeah.
He just murders him in cold blood. It's like, dude, you're like,
Then there's
Fucking
that whole
sheriff.
scene between Guy Pearce and the other member of the gang who was a Marine. He's like, "Are you still a Mar-" I'm an
yeah.
ex-Marine." He's like, "There's no such thing," and
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, I'm just like, "This
he
is."
gives him a gun.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
here,
so
have a gun.
stupid.
I love that whole hard interjection of he's like an ex-marine. Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's like a veteran. It's
Yeah.
just like I just like hit my forehead when they were talking about it in the
Oh my
truck
God.
scene. I was just like,
It's bad.
oh man.
I think Devon Sawa is the only character I actually liked and cared about.
Yeah,
Which is
Yeah.
Diablo.
weird.
Yeah, he did a good
Yeah.
That's
job.
the only one that was like interesting.
But we never learned why he hates the town.
No.
No, I thought it was gonna be the guy that Guy Pearce shot was his dad.
Yeah.
I thought so
That
too.
would make more
But
sense.
That
they
would've been
never
good.
came around.
And
'Cause
like
they-
super
they have
tropey, too.
so many medical bills or whatever his family
yeah.
can't pay. Or...
I mean, even like the biker gang, right? They're on like some fucking like store-bought Harleys. They're not even cool motorcycles. They're just riding on like fucking things off the shelf. Like
Store-bought Harleys are cool.
I'm like,
though.
even the cookie cutter like fucking bikers looks bad. Like everything's bad. Everything. You couldn't like give them like cool
The old
Can we-
stripper's
tuned up
pretty hot.
motorcycle.
Oh, Jesus.
Can you show the
Like that
armored, the
storyline.
armored
Let's
car?
talk about that storyline, Chris.
Hold on.
The
I
date.
got to be back by 2.
The date.
Yep.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
that was weird.
Hold on. That is a major plot point in the movie. Is this
Yeah.
20-year-old boy is hitting on this 50-year-old stripper.
65, Chris.
65. All right. And a whole important plot point is that he needs to get back by 2 p.m. because she's elderly. She doesn't like to stay out late.
You gotta hit the early
He
bird
doesn't want to
special.
miss out on the
Buffet,
the late night money.
So for him to go on this date. However, what I also find unbelievable is they start wheeling out this cash. These two assholes are like, it's $15 million.
Yeah.
Let's put it in this UPS fucking
Why would there be
Yeah.
that much money at that little
This
bank?
ambulance.
They painted
an
that.
ambulance.
That's a casino. It's a
Turned
casino.
into- Yeah.
Oh, it's
But-
a casino.
They're
But
taking from a
in all
casino.
fairness,
Ah,
like
that's right.
I remember we were talking about this. This is weird. They're just like exchanging such large amounts of money in the back of a casino. This is Kentucky. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like that.
No, you would never. That much money.
million?
They're not going to have two assholes just standing there for $15 million.
Well,
Easy to rob.
realistically, that casino's not doing $15 million.
No.
First of all, like,
No.
let's be honest, maybe a couple 100,000 or something, right?
Yeah, dang,
And they would have
yeah.
an actual armored truck, not a
Yeah.
Penske
And you would
rental
pull
van.
into a building. You wouldn't be outside like wheeling out like, oh, $15 million.
Maybe.
And they would have guns. They would have guns.
Yeah.
Dude,
And you
they had-
probably
They did
have
have
like
guns.
They
you
had
probably
guns.
also have like other security from the hotel. overseeing
Guns.
That. Yeah, that's fair.
You probably also.
But I
have the
mean, that's
guy
what armored
drive
trucks
away
do.
when the
They
one
do
guy
just
gets
park in
shot.
front of like the banks and load money
Yeah.
into them. Like I've seen that happen.
Mhm.
They do just do that in like weird places.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All over the place.
all over the place.
Ugh.
It's not, I mean, that part, I didn't bother me at all. It was very realistic. They just walk in and collect
Yeah.
the money and walk out. Like, that's,
Mhm.
Do you think
Really?
that,
They
how it
would
works.
they would carry $15 million without.
no,
like,
they
any-
shouldn't have that much
Okay.
money, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a lot.
otherwise.
I was like, that seems ridiculous.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I'm gonna start robbing these fucking things. So
You think
okay,
that-
so
oh my gosh. This poor lady.
That was so awful.
so not an
She's
actress.
just like,
She's like, am I doing this right?
oh
my
god.
God.
It's like his mom or something. She's like, Mom, I need you to be in this scene. She's like, I don't want to be in your stupid movie. Come on, Mom, we need you. She's like, fine. Like that's what it looked like. Somebody who's like,
We're gonna
I'm not
shoot
an
you in the
actor.
back
I
of
don't
the
want to
head.
be in
It's
this.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when they shoot her, it's even worse.
Oh
She's
my
like,
god,
okay,
so dark.
now you're dead. She's like,
Jesus.
oh.
That was some Walking Dead level
This movie is ridiculous.
killing.
Ridiculous.
That whole sequence was ridiculous. The one guy's just standing like out in the middle of nowhere when they're
He's
shooting
like,
at him.
"Ah, ah." His reaction is so weird.
I was hoping we'd get a recreation
Well,
of the opening scene where
Yeah.
Guy
Where it would
Pearce
kind
would
of
have
come back
to
around.
shoot him past
Mhm.
his
Oh, that would be
partner,
good.
but
That would
That's
require
trippy,
that,
too,
you
though.
know.
I'm not done with this lady though. Like, okay, this lady before she becomes the hostage is literally sitting in that car.
Yeah.
But like, what the
The
fuck
whole
was
time.
she doing? What was she doing? Drive away.
Maybe she was
Go
getting
get
ready to go to
help.
the store. Or
she was
something.
waiting for her husband to finish sniping him from the pickup truck.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a weird.
Did
thing.
she know
I
he
don't
Throw
was
them
in
in,
there?
and then she's waiting.
Was he with her
patiently.
originally?
I don't know.
It doesn't
And,
matter, AJ.
and this is Kentucky. More people in that town would have guns.
Yeah, right.
There's only 12 people that live in this town.
Well, people.
and 6 of
It's
them
a
work
very
at the
depressed
bank.
town.
The
Maybe there's no
Most
4,000
of
more
them
guys.
in the diner.
One of those towns, they just close the mines up and no one's left.
Worst
Yep.
Cave, Kentucky population is 2,613 people.
That's
I saw
unrealistic.
14 fucking people in that church.
Well, when the other 1,000 don't want to be in your movie, how are you gonna do it?
Yeah, but where do they go? They pay them off to leave?
I
Yeah,
guess.
they
They
rented
get
the
rights
city
to shut
streets.
down the
Well,
city?
They
Nah,
shut
they
down
don't-
the city by cutting the power. They shut the whole town. They
town,
shut the
I guess,
cell
then.
phones down.
Cell phones
Everything.
too.
Shut
Yeah.
it, shut it all.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that little
Shutting it
box.
down.
That is not
Cut
gonna.
the wire.
No.
yeah.
That's what did
And
it.
he would be dead cutting that wire.
Probably.
Yeah,
It
unless
was
it's well
insulated
insulated,
handles.
yeah.
It was fine.
That's a lot.
I didn't know that one
No.
wire carried electricity, cell phone, and telephone.
Oh.
Well, it's all
In
powered
Kentucky,
off
it
there.
does.
Yep.
Like the Texas power grid.
5G runs off vaccines, Scott, not electricity.
I think this movie was just made too late in life. It should have been made in like the 70s or 80s, and then it would have been like
Should have
right
been
in there.
made.
Mhm.
Yeah, it should have been made early 2000s on USA Channel.
Mm,
It would fit there too, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, how many scenes is Guy Pearce just seriously like? He walks more in this
Yeah.
movie than he does
Mhm.
anything else.
And
Well, he
every
doesn't
time
have
he's
a car.
walking, you can tell by the way he.
And there's always like 16 camera options because they cut like crazy when he's walking.
Just
Do you notice
filler.
that? Like they couldn't decide how many cameras to put on him, so they just put all of them
Just
on.
all of them. Put
They
all
had
the
him.
cameras on him.
They had him for 2 hours on Tuesday, and they filmed everything. We'll
So-
just fix it in post.
Okay, so there's a sequence where we were talking about that nerd guy who's like their
Mhm.
hacker, but he's also like an
Bubblehead.
Iraq war veteran.
Yeah.
Anyways, he confronts Devon Sawa because Devon's like, we're just going to kill everyone. And he's like, we're not going to kill everyone. We're here to steal money. So then he gets punched and knocked out. And the guy's like, should I shoot him? And Devon Sawa's like, no. Like, he's like, wants to be nice to this guy, and he's not like completely evil. And you're like, oh, okay, he's a little empathetic. There's something
Yeah, but then
here.
he
There's
kills
blood
that
brothers.
innocent lady. Like,
And I'm like, what does that mean for
Yeah.
his character? Why is that in the
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Because they had to hit 90 minutes, Chris.
And he kills him later anyway, so what does it matter? Like,
Yeah, he kills the young security guard.
That is a
Yeah.
shitty bulletproof vest.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
I don't understand. We were talking about why didn't the guy just drive off in the truck then?
Yeah, exactly. he had like 15 minutes so he could just drive away.
Not
Like, he
protocol.
killed his partner, just drive away. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, go
why
get some
didn't
help.
he? Nothing was stopping the vehicle.
No. That's a good point, AJ.
Could have been a
Almost
cool
like
it
chase
would be
sequence, motorcycles and an
armored.
ambulance.
This movie is
Dang.
some hot fucking garbage, all right? Where you have a scene where Guy Pearce is riding a horse for some reason, I'm fucking out, okay? I'm out.
I just feel like this. It isn't, but it felt like this was like written by someone that lives in Kentucky. Like, we got motorcycles, they're gonna cruise into town and rob the bank, and the sheriff is gonna put up a fight and ride a horse and
yeah,
shoot
but his
'em,
getaway
you know what I
bike is a
mean?
little tiny dirt bike. He doesn't even fit on.
That's another question. They have all the money loaded into this pickup truck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then he takes
He
it out
takes
of
it
the
off.
pickup truck and puts it in a
Mhm.
saddlebag. What? Because
It's
It's like
the
just
lady got
He
shot?
died.
get in the truck and leave.
Yeah.
but then we wouldn't have had that epic chase scene.
True. Chick fight
And we need the chick fight, yeah.
in their half
Look,
shirts.
they're the same. Like,
Yeah, I want to talk about the
Same
one
Heroes
half
in a
shirt.
half
from a
shirt.
distance, they look the same.
Girl power.
What was going on with her half shirt? The one that worked at the bank, because it was like short on the front but long in the back. You know what I mean?
Was it?
A mullet.
Yeah, I was
That's
confused.
official bank uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I
I didn't know it
wanted
was a
this to cover
style
up
thing.
my
I was just unfamiliar
Plumber's
with.
crack.
You know, like party in the front, seriousness in the back, like the mullet.
Men should be wearing shirts like that.
They should bring back
Yeah,
the male
start that.
crop top. I am 100% for it.
Yeah, I know you're not.
Say
Not in
that now.
Kentucky.
They shoot a shootout in the police station, and this is what I don't understand. If we watch this sequence, Devon Sawa enters, Guy Pearce, or this guy, I thought that was Guy Pearce, but the other guy, he shoots the fucking water.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Well,
Brita
you gotta
water
have
filter
something
thing.
to explode.
Yeah.
But it's like all the way on the other side of the room. Like, you would have to aim over there. Like, what? That just, I don't believe
He's using
that.
a shotgun with like buckshot. It's just flying
Like-
everywhere.
Yeah, when you get these scenes, they're just like made up
Wild
and
shit.
winged in the moment. Like it's like the explosions. Like when the explosions go, like the camera blows out because they're so
Yeah.
white on screen. Like that first one,
And
it
they're
was ridiculous.
bad explosions. They're not
Yeah.
good action explosions.
It's so low budgety. Like
It's not terrible.
guy
That
totally
one was
died.
good, but like when they blow the
This editing is
pickup and
awful. What
stuff,
was-
it's just,
yeah, and then they use the drone as like an excuse.
Let's just like examine this, okay? Like, I get the explosion cutting all around to different angles. That makes sense. But this next scene where they're running, why cut to that angle right there? That doesn't make any sense.
It's
It
their
doesn't
feet.
fucking
They're running.
Make any sense? Just leave them run off screen on that last angle and cut to a new scene.
Well, it's also you can't get any spatial awareness when they're shooting at each other. Like Guy Pearce is in that like warehouse shooting at them with the rifle, and you can't tell where anybody is.
Yeah,
Because they were shooting all in the same street. They
yeah.
had to make it look like the whole town.
What a shitty movie. I can't believe you watched it so many fucking times. So mad. Okay.
Chris, show your shot of
the
the real town. 'Cause the church is right there.
Right there.
Yeah, see on the left, yeah.
They had
They
this. They
filmed
had two
right around
streets.
that
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
So
Probably
okay.
a warehouse across the street.
So they do have they have lighting in one scene, and they have a
Mm-hmm.
hazer or something. It looks like a hazer. But look at this.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
they
a funny
filled
scene.
that diner up with smoke,
Well,
yeah.
maybe the
Beautiful
lighting crew just
backlit.
didn't show up until the end.
They still didn't catch her face right to be completely backlit, so it doesn't look good. But
They
but
put that spotlight right at the window, yeah.
okay. So the movie opens with some America. We can hear some of that music. Proud to be an American. Okay, and then you're like, yeah, America. They blow everyone away, and then it cuts to the credits.
Does not make any sense.
What is that?
Makes 0 sense.
Studio wanted it in.
I watched this on
You demanded it.
I watched it on Stars, and the credits scrolled by so slowly that it went on for 6 minutes.
They had to get that song in
Watch
there.
all 6 minutes.
He did. He really did.
All right, let me
Just
see.
to prove a point.
Let me look at the rest of my notes. See if I got anything else.
We don't have to extend this. We're almost at an hour. We're good.
And we're
I
good.
like how the one
Oh.
cop fell for the classic biker on the street scene where he's laying down like he's pretending to be
Yeah.
injured.
Oh, that was
so
really bad.
stupid.
Let me
I
just
had a
check
question.
this
I'm
out.
just taking a nap.
Why did the deputy's ear keep bleeding?
Because
The explosion, right?
Because he
I
took
didn't
too much
notice.
earwax out, Rebecca.
Like he just had this drip of blood down out of his ear the entire
I didn't notice that.
movie.
He kept
I don't
trying
know
to
if it was
comprehend
just
the
the-
story.
Guy Pearce
Yeah.
probably shot him too. All right, so at one point, Guy Pearce takes a pill with hot coffee. That seems a little weird, right? Nobody does that.
It's gonna start melting in your mouth.
Exactly.
Gross.
MILF Cafe, we did all that. Okay, the guys go to the cafe for beer, and she's like, "We don't serve beer till after 5. What kind of cafe serves beer?"
Well, it's supposed to be.
In a
It's
small
supposed to be
town,
a
so they
tiny,
gotta
tiny
do
town.
everything.
Yeah, maybe there's not a bar.
I think it's a
Right.
cafe bar. Yeah.
All right.
There's like 4 churches, a bank,
Oh.
and then one restaurant.
When the guy is hitting on the old stripper lady, he asks her out for lumber, which is lunch
Yeah.
and
Leper.
supper.
Yeah, leper.
Yes, that's the stupidest thing I've
Yes.
heard in my life.
It's like brunch.
Are you talking like a 2x4, or what are you saying here, boy?
I like when Guy Pearce was like sniping at them at the church. You couldn't tell. They never actually showed the exterior of the building he's shooting out of. Like I was so weird. Like I couldn't figure out where
Yeah.
he was. He was like inside a garage
Yeah.
shooting at them
Yep.
from somewhere, but you don't really know where.
Mm-mm.
Also, the cafe lady and Guy Pearce have about 12 seconds of on-screen time at the beginning of the movie and 12 seconds on-screen time at the end of the movie. But during this whole journey, somehow they fell in love.
They already were
Yeah,
in love.
they've
They
been-
were
Already
already
in
in love.
love.
She made
They
that,
like to
Guy
ride
Pearce
their
is in
that
trouble
horses
clip about
together.
horses. Yeah.
But then Guy Pearce also becomes the mayor at the end, which is really cool.
All right, I
He
sneezed.
steals that away from that other
mayor,
guy.
yeah.
The guy that looked like Hitler.
Yeah. He executed a man in the front yard and they made him mayor in Kentucky. Sounds about right.
Based on a true
I
story.
mean, he'll be a congressman in no time.
All right, I feel like we've exhausted enough with disturbing the peace.
Yeah.
All right.
And insulted Kentucky enough too.
Does
Yeah.
anyone have any? Well, okay, let's do
if only
recommendations.
Mitch
Then we'll do
McConnell
alternate
was
titles. AJ, would you recommend disturbing the
I
peace?
recommend it. It is so fucking weird. Like, why is Guy Pearce in this movie? I don't know, but he is, and I watched it, and I'm still confused by it. I recommend it because it's just an oddity of weirdness. If you like action movies and you like bad action movies, here you go.
Rebecca.
I think I'm gonna recommend it if you watch it with somebody, because I think it's gonna be more enjoyable to kind of pick apart with somebody else.
Mhm.
It was more fun watching it with AJ
Mm-hmm.
because AJ's just fun.
Oh, thank you.
That says more for AJ than it does for
That's
the
true.
movie.
That is true. Lindsay,
Sure, what the hell?
Biv,
No, I'm gonna pass on this one.
Aaron.
Yeah, I'm passing too. It's just super generic, and doesn't have anything really that redeeming to me. I don't get it, guys. It's not that fun. Like it's just bad.
Fuck this
It's-
movie.
Yeah.
I hated it. I hate it now. I've seen it too many times. I fucking hate
See
it.
it too many times is the problem.
Fucking sucks. I hate this movie. Do not recommend it. Fuck you, Guy Pearce. You used to be cool. You're no longer cool. You could still come back as cool though, because he still looks
I mean,
cool.
you think you'd want to see a sequel?
Maybe he like sleeps because he looks so tired.
Dude, he's
Take a nap.
He looks too skinny.
Ooh, the sequel can take place in DC.
Gaunt.
It's
I
disturbing
would
the
love
capital.
to hear his side of the story and how
No.
he ended up in this movie. I just want to know, like, what happened? Was he tricked? Was he fooled?
It might
Like,
be a
what's
favor
going
for
on?
If he,
somebody.
produced, if he produced this movie, he probably was like, well, if I do this super cheap and based on my name, we could maybe make a good return on this.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot it
That's fair.
shoot it in a week. Get a good return on this.
I think it's like a
Probably
money
did.
grab.
Honestly, probably did.
Yeah.
So, all right. Any alternate titles?
Nope.
This is the movie that broke the pod.
I mean,
All right.
Now,
We
it's
didn't
just-
get together
it's-
to talk about it last
It's
week.
been a week since more than a week since I've watched this, so I just don't feel very creative about it.
Disturbing the titties.
Disturbing
know.
lack of titties.
I got American Guy, even though he's British. NRA and Ugly People.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
Disturbing the Pierce.
Sean's got
Yeah.
an alternate.
Oh, I
title.
like Sean's
Oh, that's a
alternate
good
title.
one.
Yeah. Guy
Alternate title.
Noon.
Instead of High Noon. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Mhm.
Pretty good. It's better than Ugly People. I'll grant you that. All right. It is time
Shiny, ugly people.
Yeah, that's
to
what I was
move
thinking,
on
too.
and play a game. So here we go.
Game time, baby.
Your theories are the worst kind of public drive. Your methods are sloppy and your conclusions are highly questionable. Shall we play?
Bank robber.
Oh,
Ooh.
That's cool.
Go. This is what
And
you should
X-Men.
wear when you're robbing.
Iron
Crowbar
Man
and a
fist.
gun.
Yeah.
Pew pew pew. All right. Approximately how many bank robberies take place each year
Oh boy.
In the world or the U.S.?
in the U.S.?
4,000.
At least
Banks.
one a day.
Just banks?
Just banks.
There's 8 million banks in Pennsylvania alone.
Yeah.
Is it
I'm
really?
going
Is
to
that true?
say
Sounds true.
There's one for every person. There's like 3 on every corner street
Yeah,
around
I'm
here.
gonna
It's
say-
insane.
1,200.
One.
3,000.
One.
$1. 3,000 pretty close. 3,500 a year.
How many are successful though?
It's almost
Not,
100
I think
a
it was like
day.
14% are successful.
Yeah. See, if I'm rolling
It's
the
such an
dice
act of
on
desperation.
like an illegal thing like
Yeah.
that, 14% is not high enough.
But 3,500 a year is only, I think it was like 2% of all robberies.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm robbing like a rich person. Like, I
What's
feel
the
like that's
success
not
of
better.
them actually working out?
That's what we just
Very
said.
low.
14%.
14%.
14, that's it?
Yeah.
Man, that's like a bad return, guys.
Yeah.
That's what
But then
I
you
just,
gotta also
went there.
imagine most people don't think these
I
things
just said
out.
all this.
I know. I just don't listen to you at all.
This must be what it's like to be
But
my
how
wife.
many, what percent is successful?
Oh,
what
guys, I thought
state
about
has-
this. This doesn't seem like a good idea.
What state has the most bank robberies a year? Is it California, Texas, Florida, or New York?
Oh, it's
Texas.
gotta be.
Oh, that's
Gotta be
Florida.
California.
Tex-
No,
Florida.
I'm going to say
Florida could be
Texas.
Texas.
It's probably Florida.
I'm in Florida, Texas.
California.
Oh, Florida,
I'm
Texas.
That's I say California.
California.
That's why.
It's a big state.
They're not going to
Big
do it in
state.
Texas. Everybody has guns.
That's true.
Yeah, well,
Name
they
of
defend
Florida.
yourself.
Gugasian.
This is Carl Gugasian. He's known for being the person who's robbed the most banks. How many did he rob?
75.
4.
110.
400.
Although cowboys rob banks all the time. So maybe
212.
2112, like the Rush album.
400. 400.
50 banks over 30 years. But
It?
$2
Only
million.
$2 million?
God.
What
That
happened
doesn't
to
seem
him?
worth it.
His face like melted too. Like
He
Must
ended
been all
up
that
serving
guilt.
17 years in prison.
That's
Wow.
it.
He could have made the
Yeah.
$2 million just working for 17 years.
No, 30 years.
Wait, 30 years in
Yeah,
prison.
back then.
No, I meant the
Yeah.
amount of years he was
You
in
just
prison.
go work for some corporation.
17.
and
Oh, yeah.
What was that? 22
They
million
work for
divided by 17.
Biopharma or something.
He
So
would have had
this
to make
guy-
$117,000 a year.
This
That's a lot
guy,
of money.
that same guy, what kind of mask was he famous for wearing? A ski
Nix-
mask, a Freddy Krueger mask, a Richard Nixon mask, or a pantyhose?
Pantyhose.
mask?
He started the
Pantyhose.
pantyhose.
He looks
I'm gonna
low
say.
effort.
30 years. I'm going to say Nixon.
I'm gonna say Kruger, Max hose.
Dude.
That's
Which
cool.
that would
Robert
freak me
Englund
out
kept
if
getting
that walked
arrested.
into the
He just
bank.
walks up to the teller. He's like, "Give me the money, bitch."
I'll see you in your dreams. What's the highest amount stolen from a bank?
That guy looks like a fucking groper than he does a bank robber.
Yeah, he really does.
Right?
I want
5 million.
money.
Couple mil.
Yeah, like I don't know, not even probably. Like it would be
Highest
$1 million in bills is gonna
That's a
be so
lot.
much.
Yeah, but it not just in bills. Like in the safety deposit boxes have like a little
300,000.
minimum and stuff. Like it depends on the bank.
I'll say 300,000.
50,000.
$3 million.
In
Damn.
1997,
Wow.
they sold 18.9 million, which is 32.2.
How did
today.
they do that?
And
That's a good haul.
they never recovered it.
Oh wow.
This better have been like
Yeah.
one of those tunnel things where they like did a whole tunnel system.
Like Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yeah.
But they have no idea where the money is.
Wow.
That sounds like the investigators, are the ones that fucking stole it.
Oh,
We can't find it anywhere.
happened?
It's definitely not in my closet.
That's a really nice Rolex you're wearing.
Is
you
that
pull
a
up in a
Porsche?
Lamborghini?
I don't know.
I bought 6 of them.
How old was a boy who
God, these
robbed a
pictures.
bank of $118 in 1981?
6 years old.
12.
Yeah, he just like fucking grabbed it.
4.
And somebody was like,
I'm gonna
3.
say he was 5.
they put him into jail for the rest of his life.
I can totally see a 3-year-old doing that. Go.
He was 9 years old.
Slacker.
What is interesting about James Verone's bank robbery? He did it nude. He only stole $1. He gave money instead of stealing it, or he sang the entire time.
Two
It
things.
looks like the
$1.
money's still in his ass.
One, he's not wearing pants in this picture. 2, he stole $1 because he wanted to go back to jail because he was homeless. That's
Yeah.
I think that is
I
true.
bet that sounds about right. That's messed up.
Yep.
There you
Only
go.
got
God
$1.
damn.
Wow.
He actually wanted medical care.
He had rotted
Yeah,
penis
that's
syndrome,
fair.
which is why he's not wearing pants.
It's fair. It's understandable.
That's just
Yeah.
fucking sad.
So he had a
Wow.
note that said, "Give me $1," and then he just stood there and waited for the cops to show up.
Should just got on a boat and went to Cuba, man. Like
Just went to
So
Canada.
we're ending the quiz on that high note.
Nice.
Wow.
Yikes.
Wow. Jeez. What a
America number
depressing-
1.
At first, I thought you had a roll of not toilet paper, of brawny. What's it called? Stuff called? What are those called?
Paper towels?
Paper towel. I was like, what are you
Paper
doing? And then you started drinking paper towel juice, and I was like, this is weird.
You don't
That's a
drink your
great-
paper towel. There you go. There's another idea.
I'm not saying like we literally wring juice out of paper towels, but a cup that looks like it's a paper towel roll, that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Why is that fun? It's impossible to hold properly.
And then if you spill anything, you could like wipe it
Yeah.
up a little
never
bit.
go into business with Chris on any of his ideas.
That's what we're learning from this.
We're learning.
Fine. You're not invited to any of my cool meetings anymore about my
What if there was a mug that was on fire? That'd be cool, guys.
Let's not
Chris
get
invented the
stupid.
David Carradine hose.
What if there was a hose, but it wasn't bendy?
Laugh it up, fuckers. Laugh it up.
Just started picturing that.
Now, has it
like
been
a
more than
metal
4
rod.
hours?
All right. Time to move on. Do some emails. Here we go.
I suggest we read some listener feedback, sir.
Make it so, number one.
Emails. You tiny little emails. You precious little emails. Where are you?
Last week, or 2 weeks ago, we checked out Lone Wolf McQuade, which was much better than this movie.
A real movie.
It was a similar plot, maybe? Texas Rangers were in it? I don't know.
Getting the gun back.
Yeah. TT Santa Marina really enjoyed the theme month. It was Patreon Timber, if you recall. She had lots of fun learning about other Patreon recommendations. So keep up the good work.
I just dropped my finger.
And Chris is
without my finger.
looking on the floor.
Lost his glasses.
I like this frenetic camera work here.
So ridiculous. Just kick him out of the show.
I need my arm, my wrist.
He needs it. He needs it.
It was right here the whole time.
Wait, you interrupted the show to find a little gel pad?
Yeah.
Is your carpal tunnel that bad?
Well, no, but if I didn't use this, it would be.
Because he uses it.
Close. That was close.
Thank you, Spiv. You respect it.
Paul Lilienthal was glad that his Secrets of the Clown recommendation didn't go unappreciated. But he's also glad the Patreon picks were uniformly better than his.
Well,
he thinks we'll have so much more energy for Witchcraft 4 this month.
Oh, no.
Well,
no.
Not next
it's on
week.
the wheel, I guess. Yeah.
Not this week for the wheel.
We have to watch
Not this week.
But the next week will be another Patreon wheel, I think.
Next week.
We'll do the last week of the month. Will be a
Patreon
Patreon wheel. So we'll be back to the Patreon wheel, which is a pain in my ass because I got to switch all the wheel things out.
Why don't we just have a section of
Can't
the
you
wheel?
just
It's
create two?
Patreon selects, like a wild card, and you pick one off that. You spin the wheel or something.
Oh,
Like
you
every
wanna
time
do
you hit
it
the
that
red
way?
block, you spin that wheel. Be cool.
We could do that. Do you want to do that? We can consider that.
I
Oh,
like
it's
the
just an
once a
idea.
month idea. I think that was
Yeah,
kinda nice
I like the
balance.
guarantee. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is also a huge pain in my ass because then I got to redo the wheel every time.
Can't you
But
just have
it's
two
fine.
wheels?
It's fine. I don't know how to get 2 wheels, Aaron. I'm not a 2-wheel kind of man. Okay? 1 wheel over here.
You're not a
One wheel.
motorcycle. Okay.
Nope.
Only one wheel
Unicycle
spinning that
or
brain.
nothing.
Unicycle
Okay.
all the way.
James Earl Crowley says the Patriot is surprisingly popular here in the UK.
Really?
We Brits don't really care if we're portrayed as brutal occupiers. In fact, we get a kick out of it.
Oh, there you go. I thought that was really dark, though. Didn't they, like...
Look.
Yeah.
Wasn't there, like, a rape scene? I don't remember. I haven't seen the
I
movie in a
never
while.
saw it.
Not in that one, but there's some pretty shitty stuff. They kill children. They lock a bunch of
Yeah,
people
that's
in
it.
a
The children
church
get
and
killed.
burn
They
it.
kill the
and-
kids.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, that's
Well,
what they wanted to do.
I mean, if it
in
was a
this movie.
dog, everyone would get really angry. But it's just the kids. So.
Don't touch the dog. And finally, David Black thinks that the beard made Chuck Norris a worse actor.
What?
I don't think
That's
you can
interesting.
make Chuck Norris a worse actor.
You just cover up as much of his face as
made it a
possible.
lot.
The show acting.
Because you can't see any of his facial expressions that don't exist. I don't think it makes a difference.
He's hired because he can kick. David Black's dad used to have a thick beard when he was a kid. At 10, he shaved it off, and they were amazed he could read his expressions so much easier.
Really? So if I take away this beard, you'd be able to read more about me? Would I be more in tune with my feelings and stuff?
I think
and
they
people would-
accentuate expressions.
What am I feeling
Highlight
right
it.
now, Spiv?
Being thoughtful,
Constipated.
pensive,
Hmm.
pleased.
I like the voice on that one.
That's good.
Think about
voice,
that
Spiv.
earwax.
Good voice work.
Graham, I think it was
yeah.
there.
Dave also has 2 alternate titles for Lone Wolf McQuade.
Okay.
Daddy, please don't open your beer like that when I'm around, okay? It looks like you're jizzing beer.
You'd get used to it.
And Greasy Beard versus Sober Carradine.
Which is a weird one to be
It
in. A
is.
weird
Very
place to
weird.
be.
Sober Carradine is interesting.
Maybe this is what happened. Fucking Chuck
He
Norris
hung
is
out
always
Chuck
drinking
Norris too
beer on
much.
set, and Chuck is like, "Come on,
Yeah.
David, let's just have a beer or two." And then David's like, "No, I'm an alcoholic. I haven't drank in a few years." He's like, Chuck's like, "Come on," and then that's what happened.
I
Fucking
believe it.
set him off.
20 years later, you end up in a closet.
Ooh, spit.
too
A man
soon.
died.
The,
A man died.
That's it for our reader feedback. If you want me
He's
to
murdered.
read stuff, you had to leave it on our YouTube for Disturbing the Peace next week.
Were you
Alright.
disturbed?
It is time,
Mhm.
guys. Thank you, Spiv, for that wonderful email section. listener feedback. I don't want to call it emails. We never do emails. Well, you can send an email.
You don't send me any emails, so.
I don't know how to do that.
And the wheel.
All right, we got
Oh, pieces. Shit.
Riot. Oh, is that what's his face?
Outpost Zeta. 70s sci-fi thing. Riot,
Yeah.
Gary Daniels.
Gary Daniels.
Riot.
Yes.
I added Pieces. I've never seen
Pieces
Pieces.
might be too
Me
good.
neither.
It's going to be too good. Have you seen
Riot
Pieces,
might
Lindsay?
be too good too.
No, but I know of it.
Yes. We were supposed to watch Pieces on the other show, but then Mark was a pain
Mark
in the
couldn't
ass.
handle it.
Mark was a fucking pain in the ass.
Didn't we start it like a couple times?
I don't know. She made us watch other shit, and I'm mad about it. Witchcraft
Who is it?
4.
She?
Is it ultra gory or something?
Whatever. I don't know.
Pieces?
No, it's just
I
it's
don't
great.
remember.
It's gonna be this
Good time to watch
Italian
that.
Oh, Italian.
slasher thing.
Mm.
Huh? It's gonna be amazing.
All
right,
Is
here we
anyone
go.
excited about any of these?
Oh, Riot.
Gary Daniels.
Yay.
Yeah.
Sugar
Action
Ray
in a
fucking
row
Leonard.
here.
Sugar Ray
Right.
Leonard and
Dude.
Gary Daniels.
Oh my god.
I think I've seen this when I was
Sweet.
little.
I just want to punch a little girl.
All right, here we go. Let's go check out that trailer.
No mistakes. He takes no prisoners. And he's got what he came for.
You gonna let him die out there? I'm sorry.
Hold on, Annalisa! Get us down!
Gary Daniels. Sugar Ray Leonard. Riot.
I'm going to go watch this right now. This is
I think I have seen this actually.
Gary Daniels.
Gary Daniels.
Gary Daniels.
This is gonna be amazing.
This is so good. Movie of the year.
So
It's too good.
I will say this: there is a movie called Riot from 1997 with Mario Van Peebles. It is not that one. It is Riot from 1996 with Gary Daniels and Sugar Ray Leonard. I believe the full movie is on YouTube. However, it is on Amazon Prime to rent. And if you want to see all that fist flying action in HD, I recommend
You need that to
renting
be
it.
clear. Yeah.
This is a Joseph Merhi movie, which I believe is the guy who did that fucking amazing movie Rage.
Oh, man.
All right.
I want to say
Ball
I could
of
be wrong.
Rage,
I mean,
Riot?
Movie of the year 2019.
Yes, he did Rage, in the year before he did Rage.
Oh, man.
boy.
He's
Movie
in
of the
his
year.
fucking prime, guys. This is gonna...
I am so unbelievably excited right now. I just can't stop smiling. It's so great.
I'm tired from all that exercising I just did. All right, that's it. We did it. Disturbed the peace, guys. We disturbed the peace.
Peace was
We're done.
disturbed.
I hope you enjoyed it. If it's too long of a podcast, let us know. If it's too short of a podcast, let us know. We can probably make it
We
longer.
could
pretty
totally
easily.
pad it. Yeah.
But we could
You
shorten
don't need
it too.
to pad it. No, there's no option to make it longer.
We can make it longer.
We can make it shorter.
I could make it longer.
It's a science corner. It's just saying.
My invention of the week. We can get into that. I got lots of ideas up here. This thing's
Okay, I
always
kind of do
returning.
want to see that. Yeah.
Sounds cool, right?
Yeah.
Sounds cool. All right, that's it for this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go to the Patreon, patreon.com/badmovienightshow. You can sign up, get access to the Slack, get access to the pre-show, get access to Battlefield Earth, the bonus podcast, get access to the wheel, get your movie on the wheel, and the movie watch along, which we don't have a date for. I thought we had a date. I'm sorry about the date. We'll figure out the date.
It's coming.
Then
TBD.
November
TBD.
13th, put it on your calendar. That is our 5-year anniversary. We have a lot of stuff going on that day. I already listed at the beginning of the show, but I'm going to keep reminding you, November 13th. That's it, guys. That's going to do it for this episode. Next week, we are watching Riot from 1996. We will catch you here next time as soon as I find the bumper, which was found. Goodbye.
Bad Movie Night Podcast. Podcast. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night.